Wait, what? So this happened. I'm Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End, although it feels like just the beginning sometimes. Is anything really the end, though? This podcast is meant to explore the limitless possibilities of one's own soul. Why do people do bad things? Why are there countless happenings beyond understanding? Why, when we are cautioned not to do something, do we just do it anyway? The definition of curiosity, a strong desire to know or learn something. There you have it. I will curiously explore why. Hell is not the end. So, today we're going to talk about the possibilities of out-of-body experiences. This is something I know nothing about, but I have a guest today who's going to help us out. His name is Henry. Hey, Henry.
Hi.
Tell us.
What's up? Hi. Okay, I'll keep it calm. I'll keep it nice and calm. Hi. What's up?
Henry, tell us why you're here today.
So I know a lot about out of body experiences and to that point, sort of astral projection. To put it out there simply, in the most simplest form I can. If you know what a lucid dream, what a lucid dream is, out of body experience is like a lucid dream to the max. It's like taking that and going further with it, basically. So an out of body experience is essentially when you go out of your body and you manifest your sort of spiritual energy, your sort of mind energy and consciousness, and you place it outside of your body, and you can observe then the natural world. You can observe the presence. You can use it to help solve your problems. And if you get advanced enough in it, you can use it to travel in your own timeline. It all revolves around this idea that instead of your brain constituting your consciousness, instead of that being the case, your consciousness is what constitutes and creates your brain.
Wait, so have you ever had an experience of your own?
Not yet. I have not. I've been using this particular method that I'm going to talk about, called the gateway method, to try and reach the point where I can start to have out-of-body experiences. It hasn't happened yet. I'm sincerely hoping it does. What the gateway method is it's a series of tapes. I think there's about 10 or so tapes that you listen to while you're asleep. And this allows you to get your mind to the place that it can get to, where it needs to get to allow yourself to have an out-of-body experience. It allows this can also be achieved through meditation. That was the more common practice before these gateway tapes were created. And
Like hypothetically and stuff?
Not hypothetically. Like realistically. There are people who've reported having out-of-body experiences that they've reached through meditation and through the gateway experience.
Like on
Gateway
purpose?
tapes. Yes.
Like it's not like an accident.
Yes.
They're trying. So, how could you compare this to near-death experiences? Does that have anything to do with it, or is it just separate?
Honestly, I'm almost entirely sure that they're the same sort of thing. Like it's the same sort of thing, exactly the same sort of thing. What it is it's that time going slower and extended out. It's your consciousness extending away from your body, going out of your body and investigating elsewhere. It's the out of body experience you have when you have a near death experience. I believe is the same sort of experience as the one that you can manifest through manifest yourself through the gateway tapes or through meditation.
But it just happens differently.
Yes,
Okay.
the trigger for it is different.
Trigger. Okay, yeah, that's a good word.
How
Okay.
you get to it is different.
All right. So what would you tell us why this is so important?
I think the biggest reason you can just say that you could ignore this all. You could say that none of this is important, right? You can live a perfectly fulfilled life without ever sort of experimenting with this sort of supernatural spiritual energy.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a pathway, and how the monks originally saw it when they were sort of meditating to sort of reach this state it's like the path towards nirvana. It's the path towards enlightenment. Is getting to such a deep meditative state that you're so blank that you're able to like control the energy of your consciousness. You're able to move out of your brain, and it's like the reason I think it's important, and it's important for me is it's like spiritual enlightenment, basically.
Kind of like therapy.
Exactly. It even has a mental health key to it. A lot of this stuff is discussed in a CIA document released by our government, where it talks about just a smattering of things, but the main thing is this gateway method and how you can use it to have out of body experiences, and they give you a bunch of experiences, tools, like ways that you live in this out of body experience, and you can use it for benefit. There's like ways you can put your problems out into the energy and help yourself find solutions through this out of body experience, which is to me sounds incredibly healing.
That definitely sounds like therapy, but it sounds like you're helping yourself, kind of. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell me, will you be tracking your experiences when you try this yourself?
What do you mean by tracking?
You're gonna, like, if you, okay, you said it. So how long does this process take? You said those tapes. How long does it take?
I believe from what I've researched, what I've looked at, it should be about a month for the first stages. But if you want to reach the really, really incredible places that you can get with it, which are places of being able to go back in your own timeline and experience and see everything that you've done from the past and see it, or traveling to your future and seeing what may come to pass, those sorts of things take much more time, and much more time listening to these tapes and or meditating.
You said that was
combined.
the first stage. How many stages do you think there are?
Oh boy,
Is there like infinite?
Technically, it's less about stages, and it's more about like types of coming into this place of out of
What
body.
you expect to get out of it?
Yes.
Okay, so I asked you wrong. What I wanted to know, not tracking, like documenting. Are you going to write your stuff down? Are you going to document your experiences?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hopefully. I mean, if I'm able to remember, if I have them, if I ever reach that place, because
How committed are you?
I'd say I'm fairly committed. It almost feels like having superpowers. Why wouldn't I want to have superpowers?
Right? Good point.
But the thing about being committed is the most commitment I have currently is just listening to this tape while I sleep. The further I take it, the more commitment I have. So if I really wanted to, if I was not accessing the kind of bad place, if I was not accessing not bad place, I don't mean that at all. If I was not accessing the correct, like the out of body place, if I was not getting there, then I would probably begin to meditate and take like several hours out of the day is what it is supposed to be. Out of every single day of your life, is you take an hour, 2 hours, you sit there, you clear your mind, and you truly like think of nothing for as long as you can. You empty your mind, and you just, anytime a thought comes up, you just empty it from your mind. Allow yourself to remain full, and then when you fall asleep, you if you have purified your mind enough, you go to this place.
So you're willing to try this, but at a certain point, if it isn't working for you, you're willing to just let it go.
Eventually, yeah. Eventually, I'll let it go. I'll
I
say,
know you're just starting. So,
I'll say eventually I'll be like, well, maybe this wasn't real. Maybe I read all these government documents.
But you're willing to
and
try.
they lied to me. But I'm absolutely willing to try.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so you mentioned these tapes, and tell us what are on these tapes.
It's just like white noise. It sounds like whale noises practically. It just sounds like wild.
I thought I heard, like, I listened to a little bit with Henry, and I feel like I thought I heard a train in the background. I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's
but
just
it
like,
was serene.
Yeah, exactly. It's
serene.
like serene
It's peaceful.
sleeping noises, very peaceful.
Totally.
And you put it on the entire time you're asleep, and hypothetically, right, it bleeds into your brain and it allows you to access. I can get way more into detail on the physics about it, but all of it is going to be difficult to comprehend if I get into the physics of it.
Yeah.
It's going to become suddenly, instead of a tangible thing, it's going to become a very untangible thing. But it all has to do with how our consciousness is made of energy, and time is the movement of energy. That's kind of how it all works.
That's well stated. Mm-hmm. Like that, I think that's relatable to
Yeah. And
listener
everything's energy. So therefore, because our mind is energy, we can hypothetically use our mind's energy to move around in other energy. In simplest terms, that's what it is.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd want to add to that?
No, I think that's
Like, I mean, that's well put. Like, yeah, that's really interesting. The mind's possibilities. It's very interesting to me.
It suggests to us that our minds are more powerful than even we know. Maybe that is what they say that thing about how we only use like 30% of our brain or whatever. Maybe
Is it that much?
Yeah, if even.
I heard like 10.
Yeah. I heard we only use 10% of our brain, but maybe this is where the rest of it is going. Maybe like the rest of it is maybe this is how you access it, is through that meditation, through these tapes.
Yeah. No, I could see that. So clarify simply, you try to sleep with these tapes and you have thoughts in your brains. Like you have a specific thought in your brain that you're trying to put towards your goal for the night of what you're trying to achieve.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Because a big part of going into this whole state is having a clear mind. Like a lot of it is letting go of everything so that you can detach. Like a lot of it is clearing your brain and clearing your worries.
So but what you're thinking, like, so your brain is like, it'll implant the thought that needs to be looked at.
Yes.
Okay.
Like ideally. And once you are in your out of body experience, then you can really get to the point where you figure out what you want to.
But you're like
discuss.
using, like you're letting your brain take over, where it's like, hey, maybe I need work over here, but it's like you get so spiritually in your own brain, it's like your brain's gonna be like, hey, I think maybe I need to work on this kind of thing.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely, exactly. And so that's why it's such a great mental health tool.
Yeah.
And so just to
Self-therapy, I'm in.
some about it, some about not paying someone for therapy.
What?
Incredible.
I can fix myself. Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
So just to leave us on a little note of sort of mystery about this stuff.
Yeah.
This is the strangest thing probably that is included in this U.S. government CIA document. It's about when this is a super advanced technique that I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
where you are able to view your own history, like your own past.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This document suggests. Let me find it one sec.
Okay. Yeah, because that's curious. And how did you find these tapes?
Through the document. They're described in the document.
But what made you look at it?
Oh,
Like, what made you,
I don't know.
spiked
The
curiosity?
CIA just releases stuff sometimes, and sometimes you look at that stuff and
You're
you're
like,
like,
what?
this is insane. Like sometimes you look at it and it changes your whole worldview, like this
Okay.
did for me.
Okay, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But so what this says is that when you are it's wild. So the basically the brain like functioning, it's called Focus 12 is going into the past. Like that's the technique of going into the past is called Focus 12.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm reading directly from the CIA US government document.
Go for it.
It says be intellectually prepared to react to possible encounters with intelligent non-corporeal energy forms when time boundaries are exceeded.
Okay.
So basically, time ghosts is what that's saying. It says that if you're going through your past history, you must be prepared to interact with intelligent, non-corporeal, like not able to touch you, creatures. To me, that sounds like a ghost, and specifically a time ghost.
Okay, well, that is where we will leave it at the time ghost. Thank you so much, Henry, for joining me.
Absolutely.
This is very interesting.
Thanks for having me.
Right. Have a good one.
You too.
Huge shout out to Henry Kasich for sharing his enlightened attitude towards out of body experiences. Talk about a definite exploration of the limitless possibilities of one's own soul. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End.